I'm today accompanied by a wonderful, wonderful, and amazing young lady, and I will let her introduce herself. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Shankia Carneglan. I'm 19. I just graduated high school. I plan on going to college. I want to start off at community college, take some general courses, transfer to a four-year university.
Danny, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Same to you, bro.
So, Danny, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm 19 years old. I'm a sophomore at Baltimore City Community College. It's about to be my second year. Right now it's general studies until I get to a university, and I'm gonna study for psychology.
Why do you want to help people?
Well, growing up, I dealt with a lot. I dealt with abuse, mentally, physically, and I always had that cry for help, and I felt like nobody was listening. So as I got older, I wasn't one of those people, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. I just wanted to help people because I was one of those people that needed to be helped, and nobody helped me in the beginning, I can say. I don't know, it's just something that I always wanted to do. I feel for people. I feel like I have a big heart, and I want to share that.
So, can you tell us what's your story? Who is Danny Jones?
That's a good question. I'm 19 years old. I've been homeless since I was like 8 years old. I was in and out of shelters with my moms. Then like around close to like mid-teen, my mom, she was living good, but it didn't last no more than a year and a half. Then I was homeless, and then I was actually telling the story earlier today. I had to live with like 5 people at one time without them even knowing. It was to a point where I had 5 homeboys. Like, I would go over their house and just like I'm spending the night, like, oh man, what's happening with you, man? How you feeling? Oh, yo, you mind if I stay with stuff crazy at home, you know? Oh yeah, man, of course. And I would go to the next friend house for like 2 weeks. And then I would go to another friend house for like a week. But then I would go back to that one friend house like for another week, and then I'll go to a whole new friend house asking, yo, you mind if I stay for like just a month? I was like, until they caught on and was like, yo, you good? You know, like, you alright, bro? And I was like, and after they all caught on to me, it was just like, I was so ashamed of being homeless that I fled, like, nah, man, I'm good. It's good, man. I was just, my bad, I ain't mean it. They're like, nah, man, it's all good. And then I eventually told them, and then he was like, man, you're welcome, you know, you can be welcome to stay, but just that feeling of not being stable made me just like flee from it. Like, I didn't want, so that led me to being literally homeless.
And we know that Loving Arms has been a big part of your life, right?
A big part.
So can you tell us the transition? How was your life before Loving Arms?
Well, before I came to Loving Arms, my mother put me out when I was 18. I had a cast on my ankle, on my leg. I had dislocated and fractured my ankle. And me and mother got into an argument, and she put me out, told me to go live in a shelter. And at the time, I was saying please to please. One thing, I was blessed that I never had to stay out in the streets, but I was staying place to place, staying with a couple of friends. And I remember October 24th, 2014, was the day I lost all my so-called friends, but was the day I gained a family.
What did you find in this shelter? Because sometimes, you know, when we out there in the street, right, and we think about the word shelter, immediately it's that stigma of like a bad place. If you were to define Loving Arms in your own words, if somebody, you know, 15 years old tells you, hey, talk to me about Loving Arms, what would you say?
I would say sincere. That's the one word how I would just describe it, sincere. It was sincere because it was how I felt. I ended up finding myself just by being in an environment with all these people, and I was finding kids who weren't really homeless, but they were like, you know, they didn't know how good they had it until I actually looked at myself, and I would, you know, and there were kids in there that were living in worse conditions than I was. So that actually made me grateful just to even be in the shelter. Just, you know what I mean? Oh, it's not that bad. Just look at my life, and I'll end up finding myself, and just to have these people around me, which is the house managers, which is specifically Miss Cindy Williams, who are just really, like, when I talk, attentive, listen to what I'm saying, you know, even if not understanding me, just allowing me to be myself.
What did you find when you arrived to Loving Arms? What were you expecting out of Loving Arms?
I mean, I've been to a shelter before, but I wasn't expecting that. Like, it's comfortable. The house is nice. It's comfortable. It makes you feel like you're home. And other shelters is not like that. Like, I've been to another shelter and they just didn't care. You know, you come in the house. You know, they had case managers, but they didn't care. You know, they only way they were speaking to you is if you was asking to speak to them. When you were at Loving Arms, it's like they knew when there was a problem. You come in and they just know that something's wrong. Even if you're in a good mood, they want to know why you're in a good mood. What's going on? But one thing I did get that I always wanted and I really never got was that unconditional love. Like, my mother really never gave me that, and this one, she's my angel. I tell people that every day. Like, when I go through stuff, and I just think, like, I'm so blessed to have that. She's definitely my angel.
You know, you mentioned unconditional love. I honestly think that is the one thing that we all need, right? We need that unconditional love, that forgiveness. And I'm so glad that you arrived at Loving Arms and you found unconditional love in this home, in this house.
Yeah, because I'm not a perfect person. Like, my past isn't clean, no, but she took me in, and no matter what I did, no matter what happened, she always stood by me.
So, you are here today. You are graduated from high school. You're going to college. You're going to help people. You have a plan to help people. If you have not shown up or gone to Loving Arms, where would you think you'll be today?
Honestly, in jail. Before I came to Loving Arms, I carried around a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, I felt worthless. And I felt like this was it. Like, this was me. I was just going to be struggling and homeless for the rest of my life. And I'm still not at a place where I want to be, but Loving Arms definitely helped me understand that if I go where my heart lies me, I'll be fine. Like your wife told me.
Danny, I know that our friends and families that are watching,
yes,
they want to know a message from you, from your heart. See, there's something that says that out of our heart, whatever we speak out of our mouth comes from our heart. What is in Danny Jones' heart?
I would say don't undermine anybody who's trying to help you. I don't care if you look at them in any kind of way, like anybody in position, like if you at school, anything, somebody's trying to help you, don't take it light, because I didn't believe in myself, and the same people that I thought were, well, that I assumed that would just, you know what I mean, just probably brush me off when I get there, those were the people that helped me understand that anything is possible. I did not know I would be in the position that I am today. I thought, when I was in a position, I thought it was forever, and I ended up hating myself just because I felt like I wasn't worth nothing because of the conditions I was in. So the message is, please do not take anything anything for granted. Any conversation, anyone who's being negative or positive. Negative people can teach you how to not be that way. Positive people will show you that there is another way. So do not take anything or anyone for granted. Thank you.
Words of wisdom from a future psychologist. Danny, it's been my pleasure to have met you, to have get to know such a wonderful young man, and I wish you the best in your life and your career, and I will see you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You're an amazing young lady, and I know that everyone wants to know a message from you. They want to know your heart. So if we have young people watching this video, what would you tell young people that are in the streets? Sometimes they feel lonely, they feel like they have no escape. They might feel that this is it for them. Like you mentioned, you felt that homeless was your way of life. That was it. What would you tell these young people that might be out there scared in the streets, thinking that they're by themselves? What would you tell them?
Well, you're not alone. Nobody is really alone in this world. Even if you feel like you're alone, you always have that big guy out there. But I just say, you gotta be strong, and you gotta have some kind of willpower, and you gotta have some kind of umph. You don't have to know what you want to do in life. You don't have to know all the answers, but if you just allow somebody to take you in and allow somebody to really try to help you, I mean, that's all you can really do is try. If you don't try, you won't know.
Well, it's been a pleasure spending time here with you. I remember seeing you in Christmas time, and the person that you are today, you look radiant. You were happy back then, but now you look radiant. So thank you for being here with us. Thank you for talk about Loving Arms, your experience, and God bless you.
God bless. Thank you.
My name is Timeless Carthen, and I'm 15 years old. I'm from Bronx, New York, and I just got down here in Baltimore, Maryland, like in December. I'm about to be in 10th grade, but when I was in 9th grade, like my first semester, when I was in New York, I was going through a lot. I was like, my mom kept kicking me out my house. Me and my mom ain't get along because of certain things she's done and certain things I've done. We just really didn't get along in the same house. So yeah, and then like my first semester of 9th grade, I failed. And then when I was like 14, about to be 15, like she kicked me out, and like it was really like I had nowhere to go. So my father had just came out of prison, so I decided to live with my father, and now I'm living with my father in Baltimore, Maryland. And I didn't have no credit, so I had to start off with I'm going to Patterson High School right now. But I was really nervous. I felt like I wasn't gonna pass on to the 10th grade because of my first semester. But in my second semester, I got it was a big difference. I passed all my classes and everything, so they promoted me. And so now I'm about to move. Me and my father are about to move into our own house, and I'm probably gonna change my school. And I like poetry. I want to be a poet. I mean, I always change my mind about what I want to be. I wanted to be an advertisement. Then I wanted to be a photographer, and now I just want to do poetry.
So yeah. Do you have a poem you can share?
No.
Okay.
If I did, I would. But
okay. So how do you came to Loving Arms? What exactly happened?
Well, me and my father, I felt as though my father just coming out of jail. He already has 4 other kids, and he's married. And him just coming out of jail, he came into a bad place, to come out to, a bad experience to come out to. And I feel like he wasn't ready, and his mind wasn't ready. He's still he doesn't really know. He knows me, but he ain't really he doesn't know me now that I'm a teenager. So, me and him had hard times. He would hurt my feelings a lot, and other stuff, but and then like got to the point where like I couldn't do it, and I felt like I wanted to leave. So I asked him to speak to my therapist, and then my stepmother told me my dad told my therapist I didn't need her, and I got upset, and I was like, can I go see my therapist? Like, if you go see a therapist, take your stuff with you and leave. So I did, and I told her like I'm not doing it in there, whatever. But then when I got here, you know, the first day I got here, I was being real disrespectful to my father because I was hurt. So, and I probably wasn't gonna be able to be in Salem Arms, but they still accepted me anyway, which is a blessing because I don't know where I would be. Yeah.
If someone asks you what could they do to help out Loving Arms?
Like tell them what I think they should do to help. Well, considering the fact that, you know, I'm astonished by how much Miss Williams has she helps us with, because I feel like, you know, in New York there's a lot of group homes, there's a lot of places like programs like this for teenagers to go to. And when I came to Baltimore, I'm like, I drive around my father and see homeless people sleeping under bridges and stuff. And like I was speaking with Miss Williams about, like, there's so many vacant houses to the point where we like vacant house in a row, and like they can't just break that down, nobody's using it, break it down, make it into a shelter for kids to go to or something. Like, I feel like, you know, nobody really was caring about the youth and what they're going through, and Miss Williams was that person. And so like she really does most of the stuff on her own. You know, she does fundraisers and everything. Like, I really feel like if you care about the youth, because we are your future, you should help us, you know, whatever, you know, someone asks you, hey, I need help, we need to do this and do that, you should just, if you really care about your future, because we are the future, you should just help.
So would you say that helping Loving Arms is helping our future?
Yeah, because, you know, the government just gives these kids the street. Like, they don't really, I don't see people that, I haven't seen a lot of people that really care about you. Like, they just want to talk. Like, us in general with problems with, like, you know, society, people just want to talk about, like, oh yeah, that's wrong, but nobody's doing nothing about it. Everybody just talking. Like, you're not doing nothing though. So if you want to talk and you feel like it's wrong, you should help the situation.
Well, we hope that everybody that's watching this video actually decide to help us with the situation, actually care for the kids as much as Ms. Williams do.
Yeah.
My name's Maria, and I'm 16 years old, and I go to Canesville High School. I'm a junior. Basically, I'm going to be talking about how Loving Arms has helped me throughout my journey that is yet to continue. Well, first of all, I'm an immigrant. I wasn't born here. I was born in Guatemala. I came here legally, and because of that, I didn't get a lot of chances like other people. For example, getting a job. I can't get a job, or I couldn't get a job before because I didn't have a social security number until my mother found a lawyer who was helping us, you know, get our citizenships, or so far right now is our residency. So that really limited a lot of things for me, like group homes. I can't really join a group home because I'm not a citizen, so I don't, yeah. And me and my mother have a really bad relationship. Well, we had a bad relationship, but it's starting to get better. But our relationship wasn't that good when I was living with her, which caused me to run away. I ran away with my friends, my so-called friends. I was living with some of my old friends and some of my new friends that I had met when I had moved from my old neighborhood in Montgomery County. And they would say, like, yeah, we'll help you, we can help you, but at the end of the day, they really couldn't. It could be so, like, it was, how do you say it? It was a short period of time that they were helping me until it all ended and I was back in the streets trying to figure out where I was trying to go and what I was going to do, which led me to try to escape reality by using drugs and drinking and hurting my body. And so I was pretty much out just doing whatever I wanted, because my mindset was, if nobody cares about me, so why should I care about where I'm gonna end up or what I'm gonna do? And I moved in with my father, but it didn't work out as well, because I already had the mindset of, I'm an adult, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to survive, and if you want to help me, I don't want your help, because I want to do it all on my own and prove everybody wrong. And so I ended up not coming home one night because my dad was saying taking me to a shelter. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. And I asked one of my friends, that if I could stay at her house, and she said, yeah, sure, you can. But it just was a draining environment of mental abuse, the same mental abuse I've endured pretty much almost all my life. So I couldn't stay there, and so I called the 1-800 runaway line, and they directed me to Mrs. Williams. That day, she really changed my life completely, because I had left early. She had to come pick me up at a certain time, and I had left early because I couldn't stay at my friend's house anymore. And she came to pick me up all the way from the Loving Arms Center to, I think it was Paradise Road in around Canesville, that area, Baltimore County. She came all the way to pick me up with Mr. Smith, another staff in the Loving Arms facility. And I just felt like it was just like God sending, one of his angels to come rescue me. I'll use that term, because honestly, if I hadn't had called that 1-800 hotline, I would have found a way back to my old hometown. I would have, probably ended up somewhere dead in a vacant in DC. That's where I honestly would see my life going, because I don't have, my citizenship or my residency, so I won't be able to find a job. And if I do find a job, it's going to be a really bad job that I probably won't be able to, endure, like I wouldn't be able to take it anymore. So I'll just, I would have ran away, I keep running away from everything, and that stopped at Loving Arms, because I finally understood what it meant to, just listen, and just receive the help that they're trying to give you. Because if you keep saying, you know what, I don't need your help, and you keep running away, you're just digging up a deeper hole of suffering, and you're probably going to end up homeless, like one of the homeless people out here who don't have nowhere to go. Which is why I really think that it should be taken more into consideration. Someone needs to shine a light on that problem, because there's kids who have nowhere to go at all, and they go to the streets and then they end up dead, and everybody, why did that happen? Why? Because there's nobody helping us. There's nobody there to help us. And if we try to go find for help, they're just gonna look at us like, look at this 16-year-old, 17-year-old not doing anything with their life, not trying to change, because there's nobody to help. There's nobody to take you in and give you a home where you can, trust somebody and let them guide you to where you need to go. So I really think that it's not fair at all that so many kids are dying because there's no one there to help. And that could have been me. It could have been me.